Welcome to Two Random Dudes podcast. Hit me with that intro.
So like he said, new episode, same foolishness. Let's go ahead and go down the agenda. Alec Baldwin is charged with involuntary manslaughter. Royalty and Nikee get into a fight. Who's to blame more for the Chargers' collapse against Jacksonville, Brandon Staley or Joey Bosa? We discussed divisional weekend in the NFL and our picks and predictions. And ESPN's face of their network, Stephen A. Smith, receives backlash over his Rihanna Super Bowl comments on the Sherry Shepherd Show. Let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Okay, so starting off, Alec Baldwin is charged with involuntary manslaughter. Let's go ahead and give you a summary. On the set of Rust, a set worker is killed after the prop gun mistakenly goes off during rehearsal. The actor holding the gun, Alec Baldwin, has been charged with involuntary manslaughter. Should he have been charged?
If the gun ain't his, then hell no.
What you mean if the gun ain't his?
Like if it's his gun and they got mistake with a prop gun.
So he deserves the charge?
Huh?
So he deserves the charge if it's his gun, even though the studio ain't do their job?
I mean, yeah, if it's his gun, shit.
No.
Yeah.
What you mean? Yeah, bro. Like, bro, come on now. Come on now.
Bro,
Just a worker. Bro, just a worker. That's all.
Like, it is the studio. I ain't gonna lie, it is like it's partial. Well, it's mostly the studio part.
It ain't mostly, it's all they fault.
It's mostly
Bro, you gotta think about this. Bro is set to believe that, okay, I'm holding an unloaded bullet. We shooting a movie, not a YouTube video. So I can't fake this. I gotta pull the trigger. I'm holding an unloaded gun. Bro pulls the trigger. Oh shit, it's a bullet in there. Listen, like, load this, man. I just grab.
Now listen, and I'm gonna break it down in simple terms. I feel like the studio should be mindful of, like, what they giving the actors and what is in the actors' arsenal during the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's a personal handgun or whatever type of gun it was that he's carrying around and he mistakenly grabs it instead of the prop gun, I can't blame the studio for that. I don't know the details of the case, so I don't know how to load it.
It was a prop gun. The prop master, for some unknown reason, had bullets in the gun. It's all really shady. It almost sounds like somebody wanted somebody dead.
But ain't a prop gun supposed to be a fake gun?
It's a real gun with blanks. You know what blanks are? Like you shoot
it,
and it look like you shooting, but you're not really shooting it.
Oh, my nigga innocent. Yeah, my nigga innocent. Free that man. Free that man the fast way.
Oh
God. Free that man.
Oh, bro, you gotta be stopped. Yeah, I definitely think that he shouldn't be taking a charge for this. I mean, if and all he is an employee. Now, like, I mean, what can he do? Like, hey, that's something somebody else forgot to do their job.
Yeah, like that's just higher chain of command. That's above him. That ain't even got nothing to do with him. Bro
had an instruction. Bro is led to believe that this is an unloaded gun. He's doing his job. Somebody died. How is he taking the blame for this?
Yeah. That ain't got nothing to do with it, my boy. Free that man the fast way.
All right, we're gonna go on to our next topic. Royalty, the ex-fiance, ex-girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, of CJ So Cool, and Nikee, the baby mama of CJ So Cool, get into a fight. Let's go ahead and break this down. Number one, like, what is this fight even about? Like, where's all this coming from?
All right, so I've been watching bro since I was like, I'm 17. I've been watching bro since I was like 12. So, so let me break it down like this.
Now
the whole time I've been watching, bro, anytime he get into some type of illegal trouble, it always involves his baby mama.
Nikee?
Yeah. So her and old girl, they been had like some type of beef with each other type.
Royalty not with CJ, Nikee not with CJ. Why not nip this shit in the bud? Like,
it's really and from what I be seeing on the internet and shit and stuff, cause like I don't really watch bro no more. He kind of lame now. But what I be seeing on the internet and stuff now is like, it's really the kids going back and forth talking. So the parents defending the kids, and then all that, stuff happens like that. They get you can put the video up. The Royalty got her ass whipped.
You're on YouTube. I can't put that up there. I mean, I can censor it. Did get the pause put on that. Listen, Jalea was the only one from Royalty side of the family who called it WI. My God. That slap was violent. That slap was violent, bro. That slap was violent.
That was saying, don't fucking touch me, bitch.
I'm baptized that ass, bro.
I would have peace ties.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. I used to watch a little bit of CJ So Cool. I occasionally watched, I definitely used to watch a little bit when he used to have all his cheating scandals. Sometimes they involve Nikee. And Royalty, you talked a big game. You really did.
Yeah.
Talked a big game. And this is just key definition of fucking around and finding out. Because they barely landed a lick. They barely landed a lick. You talked a big game.
No, that's facts though. That's facts.
Whooped.
That's facts though.
Like she got whooped.
But all right, look. I'm gonna give her this though. All the odds were stacked against Royalty. Man, listen, Royalty is from Las Vegas, Nevada.
They soft as hell over there. That's just it.
Nikee is from Chicago.
Like, yeah. Let's get that one out the way.
So she had to bro, prayers out to Lexi. She did not deserve to get the fuck smacked out of her like that. Let me tone the cursing down a little bit. But like, yeah, she ain't deserve that, bro. She was just trying to. Was she recording?
Hey, listen.
No, she wasn't recording. She was like, "Don't jump in."
It was kind of odd because it's like, that's Nikee friend or whatnot, right? Like, she was rolling with Nikee, and like, that's a grown woman, right?
Yeah.
And Jalea, no, number one, that's irresponsible Royalty. Number one, why is your child your shooter in this situation? Your child is like 15. Why is your child not with you?
There's more videos out, but Leon.
Yeah.
Little dude, he always be crying in all the videos. This man in the car, crying. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
Like, my whole thing is like Royalty. It seems like,
why does she bring her kids to a situation like this? This is dangerous.
Likes to act so unaffected by all the stuff that happened with CJ, but that junk clearly is taking an effect on you. You're being irresponsible right now. Now, cause see me. If I was that white girl, now see Jalea now smacked a grown woman. And if your daughter would have got whooped out there by a grown woman, what you gonna say?
Yeah. They're the same height. They bought the same build. It's a fair fight.
The grown woman was calm enough, knew better, and just said, you know what? I'm gonna let the bitch have it. But now, And she wanted to.
And she ran, bro. She ran from the little girl. I ain't gonna lie, it just gets to it. Bro, we on YouTube. We on the camera too.
Like,
I'm not running to. I ain't running from nobody on
the question
camera.
is, why is Jalea in this situation? Why is your child, your minor child,
because I mean, and if you listen to the video, I'm not gonna lie, they said the little Lexi girl, they said she hit she hit royalty mama, so that's why Jalea was really trying to fight her and stuff. She was like, oh, that B hit my grandma, all types.
It's a grown ass woman. Royalty mama, like what? 50.
Yeah,
too old. She can defend herself. She's mobile. She could have defended herself. Jalea,
she too old to be having these little
grandma, the grandma, royalty, somebody got to be like, Jalea, sit in the car. Sit your ass back, put your seatbelt on. Exactly. Like, you might get out this car right now.
She is not grown, but she's 15. All right.
Yeah, like,
I get it. Like, all right, yeah, you the oldest. Like, yeah, you know, all that good stuff. But, man, they trying to set this lady up to go to jail at this point. She wasn't going for it. She played it smart. She played it the smartest way she possibly can. Cause I'm not playing it that smart. Leon Loud would have came out there hitting me, bro, would have caught this right.
Would have took it up, threw it up, man.
He would have caught this right.
It would have had to get whooped for the one time. We're gonna move on to the next topic. In Sunday's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Los Angeles Chargers went into the locker room with a 27-7 lead that slowly shrunk in the second half. In a pivotal play to put the Jags down by 3, Joey Bosa throws his helmet off, and when Brandon Staley gives it back to him, he throws it again, drawing a penalty from the officials and putting the Jags in position to go for 2 and make it a 2-point game. Now, why that was a crucial play, who is more to blame for this loss? Brandon Staley and his management of the game, or Joey Bosa letting his emotions get in the way in such a big moment of the game?
It's just, all right. I'm not going to blame either of them. I feel like this is a team effort of a loss because, like, it's like this.
Well, I will say this now. If you watch the game, my issue with the Chargers where they look good, but in reality, with them 27 points, they sustained one offensive drive. Their defense was giving them stuff. And when it became time for them to sustain an offensive drive, they couldn't do it.
Yeah. And they don't. I guess you can say it all comes down to coaches, but then again, sometimes it just all comes down to coaches and players' ability. Not from all right, no one. Let's get this out the way. Joey Bosa is not to blame for them losing a 27-point lead. Mm-hmm. He can be to blame for the crucial moments that happen in the end, which I mean, what the game would have went to overtime. Okay. Good. Oh. Anyways, the game would have went to overtime. They probably could have still. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, if Joey Bosa didn't throw that helmet, they would have definitely won. Yeah, I can't sit here and say that. But what I can say is, as a team, when your team is up by 20 points, it's just something. It's just like everything gotta fall into line, bro. Coaches, players, personnel, the water boy, everything gotta fall in line and be like, all right, we got this game. Let's take this slow. Let's get them out of here. Let's send them home.
I mean, I just put it like this: like Trevor Lawrence's stat line has 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
For 4 turnovers that you scored off of every turnover, and that's good. But like, you should have known that every drive bro had was not going to be a pick, and it became more and more obvious that, in my opinion, and this is just me, and I see why they fired their offensive coordinator. The offense ain't come to play. The offense did not come to play that night. I mean, while Justin Herbert, everyone knows bro is a monster, and bro was doing everything he could, but like, come on now. It's like, what, 2nd and freaking 15 on a game-winning drive, and you call a freaking screen? Like, what is you doing?
Yeah. And when your defense
aggressively trying to get down the field and win the game.
And when your defense gives you 4 interceptions and when the defense gives you 4 touchdowns, I'm gonna put it like that, because y'all scored off of every one of them turnovers. When the defense gives you 4 touchdowns, it get to a point where it'd be like, all right, let me take the load off these guys and start, stepping up to the play. Let me start running the ball. letting the clock run out. And if we can't get the run, all right, throw my little check down, my little 10-yard check downs.
It always reminds me, I always say it about, like, Atlanta's in the Super Bowl. I always say it. I was saying it during the game. I was just like, all the Chargers need, just get 34 or 35, whichever one. Just score one more touchdown. You can't go an entire half without a touchdown while the other team is stacking them up. You can't.
Yeah. Bro, 20 unanswered, bro.
Yeah, like,
that ain't gonna fly in the NFL. Like 20 unanswered 20 unanswered points. And what? Bro, the NFL is a scoring league, bro. It is all about getting the touchdown, and it's all about getting the stop from the touchdown. It's all about scoring and stopping the scoring. You have to score, and if you want to win games. No team is going to win a game without scoring, unless it's 0-0 the whole way through. 3-point win the game.
Then sure. But, like, if you're, like, it gets to a point where, man, okay, you see, this is one thing I admire about the Chiefs. You can see the Chiefs go a whole half without scoring. But if they got another half on the side, Andy Reid and his staff, they come out with a whole new game plan. At some point, somebody on the sideline got to be a problem solver. Now, if you're an offensive assistant coach, if you're a quarterbacks coach or wide receivers coach, now somebody got to go say, this ain't working. Can we change this? Like, these formations, these plays ain't working. But you
can't lose. I mean, for my personal playoffs predictions, I really couldn't see, like, if they ain't play each other, I really couldn't see neither of them teams making it past the wild card, to be honest.
The Chargers, their offense is lacking in areas it shouldn't. Because even without Mike Williams, you still got Austin Eckler, freaking Donald Parham, Justin Herbert, and Keenan Allen on the same field where points should be produced. Like, there should be drives. You
got a quarterback like that, it don't matter who your receivers is. That's just all of bro.
They made Justin Herbert look bad.
It was a series of unfortunate events. I'll put it like that.
Move on to our next topic.
You shouldn't blow a 27-point lead to a team like that. That's not completely overpowered. Like, I say if you lost that 27-point lead to the Bengals or something, but they ain't got nothing too special to what they finna. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got a star.
And I hear a lot of people, excuse me. I hear a lot of people hating on the defense out of the media. But I don't care. On the defense, like, they're like, oh, you're letting Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, Trevor Lawrence pick you apart. These niggas been picking defenses apart all year. All I say about the defense is, I got 4 interceptions. I got 4. This game shouldn't have came close. Better yet, we lose it. Do you know that certain teams bag their defenses for performances like that? The Chiefs are a great example. Like, the Chiefs beg for their defense to do something like that. If the Chiefs defense do like something like that, they might whoop somebody 50-0. Like, the Chiefs defense do something like that, they're going to run up the score. You got to have an offense. The defense was doing all the complimenting, and the offense wasn't doing that.
Unanswered points, though. That's just becoming too regular in the NFL. Unanswered points is becoming too allowed now. Like, people gotta come back score, bro.
History. But see, it's just a great example. The Colts and the Vikings, when they had that comeback, the Colts offense never sustained a drive in that game. Special teams and defense were just getting turnovers after turnovers. I know the Vikings were fraud. Everyone saw that. They lost to the Vikings. I mean, I knew they were.
I would never blame a defense for a 27-point or a 20-plus point comeback. I will never blame a defense.
I never.
I mean, offense got too lazy. They got this false sense of security. Like, bro, you gotta play at full speed the whole game. This is like,
a league you can't get lax in. And I also saw a comment where Brandon Staley in a press conference was asked, did he feel outcoached by Doug Peterson? Here's how I see it. Brandon Staley, he is the defensive play caller. Doug Peterson is the offensive play caller. Ain't no way in hell, after watching that game, I say Doug Peterson outcoach Brandon Staley. I just simply don't. I mean, sure, should Brandon Staley have interfered with the offensive play calling? Maybe. But as far as how you came into the game, because like he said, okay, I had the edge on him in one half, and yeah, he may have got the slip on me in the half. In my opinion, it was an even game of coaching, and Doug just had the better coaching calls when it mattered more. I don't think he outcoached Brandon Staley per se. I mean, come on, the man came into the game with 4 picks. The man was reading your plays like a book.
I would say it like this though. Hey, Jazz got some dogs on their team, so I could say they players outplayed them.
All right, on to the next topic. NFL Divisional Round begins today at 4:30. You got the Jaguars versus the Chiefs and the Giants versus the Eagles today. And tomorrow, you're going to get the Bengals versus the Bills and the Cowboys versus the 49ers. We're going to go through these games really quickly and run through them. We're not going to spend a lot of time. Jaguars versus the Chiefs. What do the Chiefs need to do to ensure they don't get upset in here?
Honestly, it's the Chiefs' game to lose, bro.
It is.
They better everywhere.
Not defensively.
Except for I would say running back room, but they running back is going the same right now.
They're not better defensively though.
Huh?
They're not better than Jacksonville defensively. Jacksonville, I feel like each team on their defense.
I could take either team because
what? No, I'm taking Jacksonville by a mile because the Chiefs don't even have DBs for real.
The Chiefs get sacks, bro.
But they have bums playing coverage.
Sacks is like touchdowns, bro. Sacks is like touchdowns, bro.
Okay. Huh? Jacksonville's O-line is top 5 this season. Trevor Lawrence is one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL, and that's just been a trend.
Well, I guess I go on defense, but
what the Jazz?
Would you rather? All right.
Would I rather what?
Would you rather take the Jazz offense and play the Chiefs defense, or take the Chiefs offense and play the Jazz defense?
Huh? What am I saying? Say it again. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking the Chiefs offense. Here we are. Wait a second. Can I put?
And then look, and once I say that, look, once you take the Chiefs offense, it's gonna come down to this. Then it will come down to if I'm the Jags defense and I'm the Chiefs defense, would I have a tougher time? No. If I'm the Jazz offense and I'm the Chiefs,
things for sure. Patrick Mahomes, hell of a quarterback. Andy Reid, hell of a coach. We know the offense 9 times out of 10 is coming to play. Every now and then they have an off game. But I'm going to say this. The Jags ain't going to be no slouch where, oh, my God, you finna score every drive on us.
Hell no. They're in the divisional for a reason. The Giants, they in the divisional for a reason. They ain't no sorry team.
I say it like this. The Chiefs, okay, I'm going to put it like this. Now, we know Jacksonville ain't no damn Buffalo. We know that. But if the stops, I do believe that if the Jags can manage more stops than the Chiefs can manage on them, they're going to win. And why? Now, it's slim. Because I don't know. It's something different about the Chiefs' playoff defense.
Just listen, bro. All right, here's my thing. I don't want to give the Giants too much credit just yet. They won a weak division, and they played a fucking 8th seed. Okay, they played a bottom seed. So I don't want to sit here and be like,
well. The Chargers, they weren't necessarily bottom seed. They were like number 5. That ain't necessarily bottom.
But they didn't win their division is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to say is, I mean, yeah, they played and they didn't have the toughest schedule, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to give them too much credit before I sit here and say, oh, yeah, they valid. Oh, Chiefs, yeah, they got a chance. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to take the Chiefs by, I ain't going to say a blowout because, I mean, it's the NFL. But I'll take the Chiefs without questioning, right?
Yeah, of course, I'm taking the Chiefs. I think the Jags might cut it closer than we expect. On to the next game later on in the day. Sunday night on Fox, the Giants and the Eagles. Of course, the clear favorite here is the Eagles, but a man we've never seen before popped up last week. Is Daniel Jones a different breed of monster in the playoffs?
What you mean, boy? That's Danny Dimes, boy.
Hey, we ain't never seen him act up like
that's Danny Dimes.
We ain't never seen, bro.
Like we ain't never seen Danny Dimes before. We done seen Danny Dimes before, okay?
We ain't seen that though.
Danny Dimes has come back from the dead.
That boy was mistake free last week.
Danny Dimes has come back from the dead, and he is finna whoop the Eagles' ass Sunday or Saturday.
Today.
He is finna whoop the Eagles' ass this Saturday, and I don't want to hear nothing about it. Okay? Yeah, today, Saturday, whatever, same thing. Yeah.
And okay. And well, I say this: the Eagles didn't end the season right, and it's like as a coach, it's like when you end the season, and of course they beat the Giants, but you got to think about this: they ended the season with a 1-score win against the Giants' third team, against their second and third stringers. Giants sat starters. Eagles played starters and only managed a 22-16 win with no touchdowns from Jalen Hurts and an interception. It's almost like when your team ends so badly and they're trending in the wrong direction, do you really want that bye week?
All right. Now let's
You're trying to get your momentum back.
Now let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. All right. So we all know Hurts was injured.
We know.
That last week was probably like him coming back from injury. His first day probably, because Minshew played last week. He was sitting on the sidelines. He practiced like a couple of days before the game. So he wasn't really in a groove how he would usually be. So we gave him a whole nother week. Mm-hmm. So get his body conditioned, get his arm warmed up, get him back in playing, get him back in get him back in playing position to where it's like, oh yeah, it's the Jalen and Sunday and Saturday today, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the Jalen Hurts that we've been looking for. This is Jalen Hurts that we haven't been missing. Because you can't.
The Eagles, they're the clear favorites in this game. I am picking the Eagles. I'm gonna pick the Eagles by 2 scores, but I think the Giants gonna keep it closer than we think, and they probably just gonna lose it in the fourth.
I'm gonna take the Eagles, but I don't want to just count the Giants up. So if the Giants win, don't think I'll just Eagles. Like if the Jags win, that's when y'all can say something to me, because I don't. It's just no doubt in my mind that the Chiefs will win this game. That's when you can say something to me. But if the Giants win, don't just be like, oh, you know how people get, oh, you chose the Eagles, you a hater. Oh, I'm not hating at all. I'm just choosing the Eagles just because based off of what we've seen and how everything is falling into place. But if the Giants win, I could see the Giants winning this game. I could honestly see them winning. It's a division rivalry. This their third time playing each other, bro. It could go either way.
Okay. We got probably the most even game we're gonna see this divisional weekend. Sunday, 3 p.m. A game we couldn't witness in the regular season, but we get it again. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo.
All right, so as we know,
it's gonna be a wild one.
As we know, the Bills and the Bengals, they did match up late this season. And it has some serious AFC implications on it. I mean, the Chiefs was going to win it anyway, so it don't matter. It has some serious AFC title implications on it. And unfortunately, a player went down by the name of Damar Hamlin. And that was really unfortunate. But I really seen the Bengals winning that game.
They had the momentum in that one. I'll say that. They had the momentum. Now, what I'm going to say is, here's what I'll say. The Bills, and come at me. Bengals are going to win. And I'm also going to say this. Joe Burrow, in my opinion, has moved up on the charts to number 2.
And I can see, and here's my hot take, which ain't really hot because it is what it is. I can see the Bengals going back to this Super Bowl and taking that Lombardi home.
Think about this. Josh Allen gets so much praise, but Josh Allen, in the long stretch of the season, and especially in the playoffs, a lot of times he can be a mistake waiting to happen. Let's look at the stats here. 35 touchdowns from Josh Allen, 14 interceptions, 35 touchdowns from Burrow, only 12 picks, about the same amount of yards thrown. But I say this, Joe Burrow knows how to manage the game better. So as far as the ability to make the throw, yeah, Josh Allen got the better arm, but Joe Burrow is like Tom Brady. He got it where it counts. He got that stuff mentally in him. Joe Burrow.
And let's stack it up like this. Let's make it even. Let's make it even more spicy, right? Quarterback, I'm not gonna lie. I would take Josh Allen, but I'm taking Joe Burrow over Josh Allen. Right?
I'm taking Joe Burrow as well.
Running back, give me Joe Mixon, easy.
Yes.
Over Cook and Singletary, easily.
Yep.
Wide receiver room, okay. I would take the Bills wide receiver room.
Oh no.
But when I say wide receiver room, I would take if I look at these players individually and I just match them up, I'm gonna take the Bills wide receiver. But when I look at them as a collective and the chemistry, I'm taking the Bengals.
The Bengals are really an offense that just hits on all cylinders. And I'll say this, their defense, it ain't one of the defenses that we give the most praise, but the Bengals defense comes up. They really do.
And the O-line, Joe Burrow, he's still playing with a bad O-line, but compared to last year, this O-line is way better.
Yeah, the Bengals defense, they come up every now and again. I think the Bengals are going to win this one. If it's a close game, they win it. If it's a blowout, I mean, of course they win. But I think it's going to be a close game, and they're going to win it. And I think –
And let me hit you with an even harder take, though. The Bills' defense is not all that. We let the stats play, bro. We let the stats play with us a little bit too much. The Bills' defense is not all of that, bro.
Well, the Bills' defense always build up these stats that try to put them at number one.
Yeah. And
I would take bad teams. The Bills play bad teams. They really do.
And when I watch football, they play bad offenses. And when I watch football and I see these two defenses and the competition and the way these players are playing, bro, the Bengals has the better defense, bro.
Think about it. The Bengals defense, early on in the season, they handled Patrick Mahomes. They beat Patrick Mahomes twice in 1 year. They handled Patrick Mahomes. They got to handle Lamar Jackson twice. They're going to have to handle Deshaun Watson twice. Kenny Pickett, who I think will turn out to be stellar, they're going to have to handle him twice a year. I think the Bengals defense, what normally gets them and why the Bills defense looks so bad in the playoffs like they just did against the Dolphins' third-string quarterback, the Bengals defense, they're constantly having to play at their highest level. The competition is always there. The Bills get lulled to sleep. I think they listen to their own press too much, and that's when they lose.
And let me go back to this wide receiver conversation. I just gotta sit here and depict this. Okay. Diggs and Chase. I will take
Jamar
Diggs.
Chase this year. I'm taking Jamar Chase.
I would take Diggs. Yeah, I would take Diggs in all cylinders, but Jamar Chase ain't Diggs and Jamar. It's Diggs and Jamar. Gabe and T. Hey.
I'm taking T.
Hey. That's a bad man. And Boyd and who they got? Beasley?
Oh yeah, Boyd and Beasley. I'm taking
Boyd and give me my money. Hey. The Bengals is finna have fun this game. They finna feast.
I think it's going to be a good game for them. They didn't look to have any problem moving against that defense early on in the season. Yep. So I think the Bengals will have a good game. I think the Bengals will win that. And lastly, late.
And if my words come back to eat me, then hey, it is what it is. But I really will. I see the Bengals, bro. I have so much faith in this team, bro.
And lastly, Cowboys versus the 49ers. How about them Cowboys? The Cowboys, they feasted on Tampa.
All right. Hold up. Who the 49ers played?
The Seahawks and blew them
Who the
out.
Cowboys played?
Tampa.
Oh, was
Let's think about this.
bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was like the two worst playoff teams.
But let's just get it. Let's just get it right. The Cowboys ended their season on honestly a terrible looking loss by Dak Prescott. Dak had to get some momentum and some confidence from Tampa because I watched the game. Todd Bowles is becoming so dry and repetitive as a defensive play caller. On the first drive of the game, and you can see this when they played the Falcons in Week 18. On the first drive of the game, it was straight blitzes. They started off fast. They got the stop. They got a couple sacks. That was cool. Don't do the shit the whole game. Like, don't do it the whole game. You do it the whole game, it's going to create an issue. So what I say is Dallas better not come in thinking that they're going to be hit with these dry, basic coverages on defense. Because we know Dak Prescott likes to make mistakes. And listen, I'm going to say this. The Dallas defense can win them the game. I don't believe Brock Purdy is going to have a stellar game against Michael Parsons.
And I was just about to say that. I think Brock Purdy gonna have his rookie moment this game, and I'm gonna see the and then call it how you want to call it. I'm gonna see the Cowboys winning.
Well, it's all gonna come down to how the 49ers gonna perform defensively. That's what I say. Now, if the 49ers come in and they're make mistakes, they're locking up the rushing attack. It's 49ers ball game because they got enough offensive weapons to at least put up 21 points on the board, maybe even 28, without Brock Purdy even having to play his best football. Because if Brock Purdy ain't playing his best, shit, Christian McCaffrey might get going. Deebo Samuel might get going from the backfield. Shit, he might throw that bit up, and George Kittle might just mouse somebody. Brandon Ayuk might just take off with his, amazing speed. It's so much you got to worry about on the 49ers.
And I think the Cowboys have the pieces, bro. The ball is in their court, bro. They say it's their year every year, but I feel like this year, bro, could really, honestly, truthfully, they got the best chance of it being their year this year.
What I will say with the Cowboys is even their top cornerback, and I'm sorry, this is my opinion, ain't elite. He ain't all-pro in my opinion. He ain't elite. He's good. He ain't elite. And so I say this, you ain't got enough. You ain't got enough to match up with every single.
And let me give Diggs his credit. Let me give Diggs his credit because compared to last year, bro, Diggs is playing, honestly, 10 times better. He's playing 10 times better than when he played last year. Diggs has been a great coverage cornerback, bro. Last year, he was getting beaten and blown by all these different two-step routes was getting them for yards on yards. He getting lost deep field. But, bro, Diggs has been playing great coverage this year, undeniable coverage.
Yeah, I say it definitely shows that Dan Quinn and, his staff, they definitely like, okay, kid, the picks are good, but now you got to cover. Now you got to know that if you go for a pick every time, you might give up yards. You might give up touchdowns. And so
Diggs have gotten better and better every single year.
So I say that he got better, but if I had to say, who am I going to pick? Samuel or Diggs? I'm taking Deebo Samuel to win that matchup.
It's close.
As far as I say, against the best offensive lineman in the NFL and Trent Williams, him or Parsons? I'm taking Williams. This man is the best offensive lineman in the NFL.
But it's just like
the Cowboys, they don't even got no real notable safety. So that no name or George Kittle. Bro. And then here's another X factor.
Nah.
Who finna manage the game better?
They guys, bro. They got them guys.
Who finna manage the game better too?
The Cowboys.
I'm telling you.
Cowboys got them guys.
Hear me out. They got the same squad last year that lost to the 49ers, right? And I'm not saying this, but listen to this. The 49ers are like 10 times better this year. And it's not going to be a blowout because that's the only way the Cowboys really win when they blow somebody out. And if it's a close game and you got to depend on now, it's all comes down to every single thing, every step, every play call, every timeout utilized. Mike McCarthy or Kyle Shanahan, who's going to be better in these situations?
Hey,
so Kyle Shanahan, Mike McCarthy sucks as a game manager.
The defense gonna get they stops, bro.
The defense, I believe that, but the defense is not gonna give the Cowboys the blowout they need to win.
They don't need a blowout. It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs, bro. They don't need a blowout.
31-14, they win. Okay, 26-6, they lose. Think about this close game. 40-34, they beat the Eagles with a backup quarterback. But then you get in games like, the Jaguars, 40-34. Oh, that game wasn't managed well. 54-19 over the Colts. You think about this. They beat the Giants in a close game. They blew out the Vikings 40-3. But when it came with the Packers, guess what? They lost that one 31-28. It's all about when there's a better coach on the other sideline and honestly a team that can just match up with Dallas.
And I agree, bro. I feel like the 49ers, they are the favorites of this game beyond reason, and it's for a good reason. But I'm not going to count the Cowboys out.
Close game, but I mean, honestly, Cowboys fans.
I can see either team winning, but I just hate when bro, the Cowboys ain't no team that's in this playoffs. Just a team that a hump to get over real quick. They gonna give you that fight, and they might beat you.
They will. And I say this now, Cowboys fan. This is an expensive game. The lowest of tickets are like $420. The highest is $18,000. Don't mortgage the house to see that ass get. Don't mortgage the house to see that ass get tapped. Please, Cowboys fans. I do believe the 49ers will win. You think the Cowboys are gonna win? Those are the picks. Our final topic. Stephen A. Smith receives backlash over Rihanna Super Bowl comments. Stephen A. Smith appeared on the Sherri Shepherd show. And when Sherri Shepherd asked him, how do you feel about Rihanna performing halftime? He said, she's spectacular. She's phenomenal. Congrats on new momhood. But she ain't no Beyonce. Plenty of Rihanna fans and others took this the wrong way. My personal take on this is, okay, Stephen A. said she ain't no Beyonce. What's wrong with Stephen A. saying he'd rather see Beyonce at the halftime show than Rihanna?
Yeah, Beyonce is the better performer, but don't get it twisted. Rihanna got way more hits than Beyonce.
And I don't feel like Stephen A. was trying to knock her, but Stephen A. was just like, hey, I mean.
Yeah. If you want to perform it, you want Beyonce every single time. She gonna shut the show down.
Yeah, when Beyonce did get the Super Bowl, she shared it. And so, Stephen A., I feel like he was coming from a point, maybe y'all can give her the Super Bowl by herself, let her really pull out her hits, give everybody a show. But I mean, cancel culture, they're trying to take over and they're trying to get at Stephen A. and listen.
But I'm not going to lie, Rihanna got way, like, it's not even close. Rihanna got way more hits than Beyonce. Just because Beyonce don't drop like that. But Rihanna got, hey, we ain't finna act like it ain't Rihanna here. Don't do that.
It's Rihanna. And
this is
like the man said.
This is now I see where the fans are coming from because his statement was out of pocket. He wasn't
what he said, but like at the same time, the man said
he not no horrible guy. He not trying to like
the man said simply, I love Rihanna. She's spectacular. She's stellar. She can sing all that good music, yada yada yada. But she ain't no Beyonce. And
actually it's him giving his opinion on who the better artist is.
And it's not like he said, why they pick Rihanna? Rihanna can't sing for real. Rihanna can't do this for real. No, the man said she ain't no Beyonce. And if I had to pick who I'd rather be watching at the Super Bowl right now, it's probably Beyonce. And I can't say I disagree. Beyonce is going to make you feel like your car note, your rent, your college fund, she gonna make you feel like all three of those expenses you just put into that Super Bowl ticket was worth it. That was she gonna make you feel like. That's what raised the price on the Super.
Rihanna not really that known for being a performer. She really known for making them hits. So
See, that's what I'm saying. Rihanna can sing. I see where you're coming from.
If I'm being honest,
Rihanna can put on the show.
If you sitting on your couch watching the Super Bowl and you see Rihanna, you know what you're gonna say? You're gonna be on your couch with a remote in your hand singing your heart out. When you see, and by the end of that show, you're gonna be tired from singing. But when you see a Beyonce show, you're gonna sit on that couch like this. Wow. Like, wow, that was a show.
And what I say about it is, Rihanna, she's taking a break from her music. And here's another thing. Maybe Stephen A. has low expectations for the show just because of the simple fact Rihanna's been running a multi-billion-dollar fashion company, and her first performance back is going to be the performance. Like, this is the biggest performance, the biggest honor in an artist's life. You're playing the Super Bowl. You know it's the biggest honor because they don't even pay artists to do the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They don't even pay you. So yeah, we'll see how that all shapes up. I definitely disagree with the canceling the Stephen A. And I'm still gonna watch First Take on Monday, regardless of what any of y'all gotta say. You guys,
that'll just about do it for this episode. This episode 2, season 1. Hey man, it was a good episode in my opinion. Just let us know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Wipe them feet, hit that thumbs up button, man. We'll see y'all in the next.